On today's episode of Afloat in a Wooden Boat, we invite you to enjoy a Queensland winter's day, bobbing around Moreton Bay in 4 wooden cruising dinghies. There will be light breezes, sparkling water, and some very pretty boats. Our cast today is made up of designs from John Welsford, Francois Vivier, Iain Oughtred, and Ross Lillistone. Today isn't intended to be a comparison of the dinghies, but rather a celebration of what the sailors enjoy about their boats. I hope you also enjoy our exploration of why small boat sailing is so very good for the soul. Well, good morning to you all. We are on the most beautifully calm Moreton Bay, catching tiny bits of wind. And today we have got a Welsford Navigator who is just about to join us. A beautiful Francois Vivier design over my shoulder over there. And of course we have Dad's beautiful Lillistone Phoenix. And today I have the privilege of sailing the Gannet. Here we are. First solo trip in her. It's very exciting. And we're just pottering around in, I think they call it the paddock, basically the little spot between Coochie-Mudlow Island, Macleay Island and Victoria Point for just a nice morning sail. Glad you could join us. I'm going to tuck into my cup of tea. Let's go straight to the sources and ask the sailors what they think of their boats.
What do I like best about my boat? Well, I love talking about my boat, Matilda. I guess it's the simplicity of her that appeals to me very much, and it did when I was first planning to build her. She has one sail and a couple of oars, so there's not much involved, and it's sailing in its purest form, I think, and it's very close to the water, so I like that. And I also like the aesthetics of sailing, so her beauty is very important to me. She's lovely to look at and feel, so that's what I like about it. It's very simple, and also she's very accessible as well. There's not much trouble to get her going, and there's not a lot of finance involved, and you know, I'm meeting some nice people since she's been launched.
Isn't it just?
The thing that I love most about my new boat, Panickin, is that the building process of her has enabled me to fulfill a dream that I've had since I was a teenager, to build a boat and to sail her. So if I boil it all down, that's the single most important thing to me about that boat.
So now that you've heard a little bit about why these boats are so special to their sailors, let's get out on the water and take you for a little bit of a joyride. That moment where the cup of tea is finished and you realise the flask is not here. Oh well, at least I remembered lunch. You can't see them, but you can hear the jet skiers. It must be said, at least those guys slowed down and didn't leave us with a bunch of wash. It's one of those frustrating minutes where you can see the breeze all around you on the water, and yet it eludes you. I always find sunlight moving through water really something to behold. Whether it's the deep, dark blue of the Derwent River down in Tasmania, or the lovely greens that you see in Moreton Bay, or even the azure blues up in northern Queensland, how the sunlight and the water interact, both on the surface and deep down, is just so relaxing. This is some kind of paradise, I'm sure. Look at that. Nothing short of tropical. And they say this is winter. I asked Andrew what he enjoys about sailing the Navigator, and he said, "It sails itself. It's stable and a commodious boat, ideal for sleeping or camp cruising. You can sail it with a crew, but he uses it for sailing solo mainly, and it feels stable and secure, and she is confident in that. There's nothing like a well-set suite of sails, with no creases moving gracefully through the water. Well, Andrew, I agree. You have a gorgeous boat." We had a surprise visitor on the water. Iain rowed out in his Chesapeake light craft to take some photos of the pretty boats. We've not met Iain on the water before, but given you have such a shared interest, if you ever see this video, I hope we meet again. And because I know you all enjoy it, I'm going to leave you with some footage of the beautiful boats tied up on the beach at Coochie while we ate our lunch before we start our trip home.
We passed each other on the Tweed one day.
Seems to roll right, doesn't it? Sure does. That's enough now, he's proved his point. Yep.
Course work. That's all I need to know.
We were right.